All right, so it's been a few days since I worked on the car last. Took a little bit of a break, played some video games. I haven't done that in a while. So what we're gonna start on today is taking this engine apart. Now it's been sitting here on this stand for the past couple of days with these hoses and stuff on them. I haven't touched it any since I took it off the engine, or took it out of the car and put it on this engine stand here. So there isn't much that I have to do today, really. I just want to get all this accessory stuff off, just these hoses and lines and wiring and the rest of like the knock sensors and stuff. Maybe get the intake manifold, maybe get ahead of myself and take the engine apart, like take the valve covers off and all that stuff out. But this is looking good here. Got this all cleaned up, like I said in the last bit that was in this video. Actually, this is probably going to be a separate video of me taking this apart, but we got this thing all cleaned up here. I need to order gunk to get this cleaned up the rest of the way, but other than that, that is looking very good. I straightened the garage up here, reorganized my tools and everything before we started doing this off camera because it wasn't really that much to watch. I did, however, polish this piece of heat shielding so that whenever it goes back in the car, it looks super duper dank. Yeah, it's gonna look super cool. I'm gonna leave that right there. But yeah, I'm gonna find a good place to put this engine because I don't really know where a good spot to put it is, like working wise. I guess I'll figure it out as I'm taking it apart. First things first, so we want to take off these hoses here. I want to get all the lines off, make it look like just like a bare engine, you know, so that we can start taking off like the compressors and the front drive assemblies and everything, because there isn't really much to this engine. It's a very simple engine. Like, it's a very simple modern engine. I think you understand what we're doing here. Basically just taking lines off. I'm going to clean these here in a little bit, but we're just taking lines off. I'm going to throw you guys up on a tripod so I have a longer battery life and I don't take up as much SD card space. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. I got those lines off really quick. That only took a second. This one started to pour oil out all over the ground, so that's awesome. It's pouring it all over my table too, but clean these things up. These will look really nice. I do need to order a new one of these because if you look right here, I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's actually starting to dry rot, and I'd rather replace it. That's a power steering line. I'd rather replace that right now, and that actually might be where it's leaking. I don't know, but I'd rather replace that right now than have to do it in the near future, because I know it's going to need replaced here. So I'd rather do it right now than in the future, because to get to that with the engine in the car, that's going to be a pain. So what we're about to start doing right now is we're going to start taking apart this top end here. We're going to start with this intake manifold. I'm just going to take it all off as one big unit. I'm going to take off the fuel rails and everything. That'll all just come off with it, and I'll sit that somewhere over here. Zip these off real quick. Someone's dying. Holy shit. That's so fucking sad. Oh, I have to take off these. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. My neighbors look out their window and see me spinning around in circles with a GoPro on my head. I don't think you understand how many of these I have stripped because, like, of not having the right thing or them being too tight or tightening them too much. Like, this one's almost stripped on here. In fact, I'm gonna have to order a new one of those. And that just comes right out. There's that other bolt. Dang, that intake manifold's off now. How much oil's it been leaking? Enough to fill this valley up. that's awesome. Gonna get these knock sensors out of here. Those are just 14 millimeters there. Get those knock sensors out. We can grab this starter wire right now. I mean this alternator wire, starter and alternator wire actually. Throw that thing up here. Welcome to the gulag. Go up there. That thing almost whacked me right in the face. How much oil is still in here? A lot. Probably should empty that. All right, now I want to see how this looks here. Not really bad. Yeah, that looks really good down in there. I need to get new valve stem seals. There is some. This one has oil in it. These all have oil in it, which I mean it's been sitting, so there's gonna oil that's gonna seep past them. But they all have oil in them. Some of them have more than the others. That has a piece of stuff in it, so I'm gonna want to clean this all out very well. The shop vac. Is that a piece of like, that looks kind of looks like carbon, but I mean like the rest of it doesn't look like it goes that much carbon. Now these need cleaned bad. Didn't look at these. These are horrible. These are horrible. So I'm gonna have to clean those. Start working on taking this front assembly off. I'm just gonna leave these in here for right now because I have to find a little box to put these in. But yeah, so that's apart pretty good already. And I've only spent a little bit on it. So yeah, I'm gonna start organizing these tools. I mean, organizing these parts here. I'm gonna clean these up, wipe these all up, put them inside a container here or something. I'm gonna go grab another one actually. I'm gonna clean it up first. I'll throw you guys up on a time lapse here. I'm gonna start marking stuff, bagging and tagging these things. I already know where they go, so that's good. I want to document me getting this Jesus bolt off. My GoPro's about to die, so I wanted to get it done right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these to get enough leverage to get this thing off. So jeez, man. I see why they call it the Jesus bolt. Shit. Dang, I'm gonna have to use this end of it. Dang, that thing is on there. Oh my God, dude, how am I supposed to get that thing off? Oh, I have to stand right here. Oh, it's going. Ugh. Oh, it's coming. Yeah, there she is. All right, so it has been one night times since last times I was here. So it's the next day, and today we are gonna start taking apart top end. I have decided over the night that I'm gonna take the heads off because like there is a lot of carbon buildup here. Like, I mean, like, look at that. That is ridiculous. Like burnt oil and carbon buildup on that. So I'm gonna take the heads off and I'm gonna lap the valves and clean up those exhaust ports because that's just horrible. On that side and on this side are just both completely horribly caped and stuff. because of those valve stems and the time that it was burning oil through these spark tubes here because of the valve cover being messed up, like the valve cover gaskets. So I have decided heads are gonna come off. I didn't really want to do that, like I really didn't, but I mean, whatever, gotta do what I gotta do, I guess. I guess it gives me a chance to really go through it and get it figured. I'm gonna have to order some head gaskets because I want to put new head gaskets in it, obviously, while the heads are off. Replace as much as I can get to. So I'm gonna have to take off. It's just gonna go down to a block with pistons in it. Like I'm not taking the sump or anything out. That is all is gonna be left in there is like the sump and pistons and rods and stuff. Like I'm not taking any of that out. I'm probably gonna have to clean those up because God knows how much carbon and oil stain buildups on that. Probably horrible. Is hopefully there isn't any scarring on the walls to where I have to take it apart and have it sleeved or bored or whatever. So if I do, first stroker N62, that'd be pretty cool. Have a 5.5 liter N62, that'd be pretty neat. We're gonna have to figure it. I'm excited for that. I know that this is a little complex up here, but it all comes off as one big unit that I can just sit over on that table and leave there. It'll also give me a chance to test those Vanos adjustments, solenoids, and like the cam adjustment units to make sure that those don't have too much play. I already have those figured in my price to get new ones, 4 new ones, so I already know how much it's gonna be. But hopefully I shouldn't have to get new ones. If I do, I should only have to get new ones on this side because this is the side that had literally this Vanos solenoid here literally had no gaskets on it. It had no O-rings. So I'd imagine that intake is what the intake timing is what my OBD2 ports reader said. So I'm gonna imagine that my intake adjustment unit is done and I'm gonna have to order a new one of those. But I mean, whatever. They're cheap. I mean, they're only like on eBay. They're like 120 bucks, so that's not bad. So I'm just gonna have to get to work here because I got a lot of work to do. I mean, it might not look like a lot right now, but yeah, there's a lot of work. So I guess there isn't anything to it except for getting to it, brother. I tell you what. But what's nice is like if you can look down in here, this is like a preview is what is down in here. This engine is so clean, it's ridiculous. Like besides that carbon buildup and stuff, like down in here, look at it literally looks like a brand new engine. That's after I've used that liquid mulligen treatment on the inside there. Holy crap, does it look like it looks so good. It's ridiculous. So I cannot wait to get this valve cover off and see what it looks like under there because it already looks 10 times better than what it looked like before. So before, I mean, it looked clean, but I mean, like it's never been that clean. Like I'm telling you right now, it's never been that clean. That looks like it's brand new. So excited to get this stuff off. I got that Jesus bolt out last night. I'm gonna throw some iPhone footage in from last night because my GoPro died, but I guess we're just gonna have to get to it. I'm gonna throw you guys up on a time lapse because there's really no point in me talking and yapping about why I take this apart and having to cut out an hour and a half of footage and stuff like that because really there's no point in it. I mean, I'd have 50 videos if I did that. So I'm gonna throw you up on this tripod that is up here and we're gonna get to work because we got a lot of work ahead of us. All right, so that's all gonna be in next video. This video, we got a little bit done. We got the intake out. We got all the lines off. We got a bunch of stuff done. Yeah, a lot of time lapses in this video too. So next video, there are also a lot of time lapses. I don't wanna take away from that one because if I do, then it's gonna run on a little farther than I want. So we're gonna cut this one here in about 15 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video. Yeah, I'm all in. Brody on the line, I'm tapping in. Got out here pulling the strings for me. A girl on the line, she feeling me. Preoccupied by the motivation. Put in the time, pay the entry fee. Bro on the rise, yeah, he kinda nice. Inside of my mind, no one's real as me. Lately, life has been gorgeous. Wake up to clear, my eyes hit record. Praise up to God, I ain't chasing no...